And there is some positive news when it comes to schools and businesses come the fall. New modeling suggests the country could get through a second wave of COVID-19 without having to shut down. But data published in today's Canadian Medical Association journal is also raising some eyebrows. Heather Yourex-West looks at what the next few months could look like.
A new school year usually brings a mix of anxiety and excitement, but the nerves this year are unlike any year before.
I'm very worried about the fact that inside the classroom there is no physical distancing anymore and there are no masks.
Across the country, parents have had to add masks and hand sanitizer to their school supply shopping lists as schools prepare to reopen. The next wave of infections is coming, and according to new models, we may be able to keep the number of infections in check without shutting schools and businesses back down.
A lot of the heavy lifting is done by the physical distancing measures. And when physical distancing is applied, and if it's adhered to, it can really reduce transmission.
The modeling found without continued public health measures, COVID-19 cases would surge well beyond hospital capacity through the fall and into the new year. Maintaining physical distancing lowers the numbers, but not enough to keep hospitals from being overwhelmed. It's only when physical distancing is combined with enhanced testing and contact tracing that the curve is flattened enough to allow hospitals to cope. And this is without any community closures. The model found that keeping schools closed could actually increase hospital admissions from 16 to 19 per 100,000 because it results in higher transmission at home.
I think it's encouraging. It is possible to keep numbers in check without massive and full closures, but that's based on us continuing what we're doing today and not having any lapses or additional COVID fatigue that leads to larger numbers or outbreaks.
Which could be a tall order as the pandemic stretches. The Institute of Investigative Journalism has already seen an increase in COVID-19 cases linked to bars, restaurants, and daycares over the summer.
Beginning in about June, we started to notice an uptick in infections in public places in late June, and that increased quite a bit.
Which begs the question, what happens next when schools reopen and colder weather sets in? Heather Yourex-West, Global News, Calgary.